Dynamos plays host to Nkana Football Club Abaredi. They've made 3-4 changes coming to this afternoon's match. The number 2, Joseph Joliba Zimba, starts this afternoon, taking up the position of the Zimbabwean Ocean Mushure. Paso Mayenge is on the bench. The Kenyan Musa Muhammad Mayeko starts. Livamba Moyela on the bench. Emmanuel Havasimbi, jersey number 80, starts. And Musa Lamisa has been relegated to the subs bench. His position taken by Etikiyama Tadi. Nkana also from the team that lost 2-1 against Zegamambo. Richard Okran is not part of the team. His position taken by the number 2, Moses Nyondo. Renaud Sate Kampamba has not made the trip to Lusaka. His position has been taken up by Freddy Lukasi El Sutra Shimenga. And Stephen Chudu takes up the place of Simon Mulenga. Mishek China is not part of the team. Aki Mumba, number 29, in a down on 4-14 goals, allowing 11 -1 goal difference, and out of a possible 33, they've managed to get 16. So we officially welcome you to the Koloma Stadium, and it is elite Lusaka Dynamos up against Nkana Football Club Abaredi. And I'm your match commentator Matimba Nkonje. Alongside me is Mukamba Mwenda Jr. So yet again, you guys have been calling it the Battle of the Reds, but it's both teams, one coming from a draw in Lusaka Dynamos up against Nkana, who lost their last game, Muka.
Difficult encounters, and I think this afternoon the spoils need to be not only shared, but the one with intent. It's the blunt strike force from this Lusaka Dynamos side that will be a source of concern for Wada Wada. Last week, they really put out a very bad showing against Nkwazi themselves not playing well. But they're missing the services of 2 players who are the marksmen for the national team. So people are thinking, how would it be if those players were here? We've heard of them picking up the services of Adams, whose contract finished.
Now, even as you're talking about that, Lusaka Dynamos in an early attack here. Nkana under siege, still in the box there. We're talking about players the likes of Zikiru, and of course some contractual issues yet to be sorted out, including the Botswana international Cooper, Willie Stefanis as well from Namibia. Lusaka Dynamos now with Funga cutting inside, starting out brightly. Paul Banda whips in one, cleared out by Zingai.
But if you think Lusaka Dynamos has problems, then oh my God, misery loves company. Nkana Football Club, everything is on the shoulders of Freddy Sutra Shimenga.
Strong blocker that came through from Taubet Tanurwa Shumba. He's injured from that challenge. There's been a lot of pressure that has come through Ngayimba Katiti. We'll quickly call in the team medics, but this is how it all happened.
Oh, the ball put in the box, and this is but the 3rd time that they've been in that position. A corner kick, Shumba putting his body on the line.
Oh, Jimmy Zingai moving from town rivals in the Power Dynamos to Nkana Football Club. In fact, it was Kaindu who was very influential in convincing and luring Zingai to move from Zimbabwe to Zambia. Remember, Kaindu spent quite some time coaching in the Zimbabwean Premier Soccer League. The number 5, who is also a lead, plays drums and is a lead vocalist in his church where he goes to. That's in Zimbabwe. The church being the Prophetic Healing and Deliverance PHD Church. Kaindu is upstanding. That does not look good in terms of an early start. Shumba's really been very strong between the sticks for the Nkana side, and so this should worry the former Zambian international Kaindu. Well, it's good to see Shumba back between the sticks, but they have to deal with this corner. First half really has to deal with this situation. Corner taken. Purpose Shumba, strong punch from the Zimbabwean. Yet another corner in succession too. the Chapungu United, once Chapungu United goalkeeper organizing his defense taken. Fusion in the box, Zingai adds weight, will now be cleared by Mr. Diamond Chikwekwe to El Sutra Shimenga. Then was really playing a compact game and pressing Nkana in their own half so far. Magenge. That pass from Magenge to Captain Monga Ndala. Just slowing down things, the captain for the Dynamo side, Musa Muhammad Mayeko. Wide to Magenge. Nyondo being put to the test, but the former Zambia '20 defender does well, providing cover for Shumba. We're talking about the earlier on, even as the action was moving fast in terms of the issues surrounding Lusaka Dynamos.
Yes, indeed. I mean, they don't have some players who are playing for them now, and these are players who've got goals in them. Adams is one of them, and they're missing the services of Chabula and, of course, Collins Kombe. Collins with 5 goals thus far, Chabula only with 1.
Sutra. Throw is taken by Lyson Tole. Masumbuko Obed was slow to react. Does well. To the left now. Mwanza. With a strong Stephen Chulu. Wins possession there. Chikwekwe. Standing in there, stuck in there was Chikwekwe. One touch, wide now to Funga Obri. Looking for the run, but too much. An offside call against Emmanuel Habasimbi. Appreciates that pass. The Dynamos player, Lusaka in this case. So far 1 goal for to his credit. And yet again, Wetson Nyerenda will just be sitting and watching. The instructions are normally given by Ian Bakala. Corner. First corner now for Nkana Football Club, and Monga Ndala on the spotlight. Aki Mumba with this one to be taken. Chikwekwe does well. Chance to boot from there, but it was too close for Duke Olga Abuya. Throw now for Nkana again with Aki Mumba. It's a quick start. Floated into the box. Shimenga beaten to that challenge by Duncan Otieno, another player who was on the books of Nkana, but now joining Lusaka Dynamos. Foul by Obed Masumbuko on Marvin Jere.
Well, Obed just goes in and he feels he's got more for the ball. Marvin Jere, one of those workhorses.
Throw in, quick one. Sutra Shimenga. Masumbuko. A big switch is expected in terms of the movement of the ball. Nyondo. Zingai. Lyson Tole. They've got ball coming up against Obri Funga. Poor Banda waiting because there was another ball that was on the pitch, so one needed to go off. Zingai beaten. Tadi. Wide to Funga. Corner. So Aubrey Funga now with the corner for Lusaka Dynamos. We're slowly marching to 10 minutes of the first half here. Whipped in at the far post. Challenge. Corner yet again. Corner actually was supposed to have been made by Etikiyama Tadi.
Tadi not attacking the ball, and it was Stephen Chulu who did the defensive work. An opportunity for a second bite at the cherry for Lusaka Dynamos. They'll have to put it deep in the box.
Corner taken. Shumba watches it past the goal. Yet another corner. Not convincing. They seem to be panicking in terms of defending the corners. This Nkana side, the latest one cleared out by Lyson Tole.
Nkana is panicking, and Lusaka Dynamos are not being clinical in and around that 18-yard box. 3 corners in succession shows the pressure that this Lusaka Dynamos side is putting on this Nkana side. Aubrey Funga to take.
Corner taken quickly by Funga. So in as much as we say Lusaka, rather Nkana not dealing with those corners, the same can be said about a conversion rate for the Lusaka Dynamo side with the chances that have been given in form of a corner. But again, it's an overall situation probably that we've been seeing in the Zambian Super Division, where set pieces really these days, you really wonder if any of the teams, in terms of the conversion rate and just converting those chances overall that are created and presented to them, can materialize into goals. Shumba with a kick out. Jerry is unchallenged, picks it up. Stephen Chulu now. Zingai. Shumba. Receiving the pass from his countryman and Jimmy Zingai. Nyondo. Moses. Mayeko up against the challenge of Fred Lukasi. Masumbuko now, hoping to go through a maze of players. Shot the ball too much. Picked up by Funga. Jerry, wide to Paul Banda. Good timing in terms of the run to Aubrey Funga, but cutouts. That was a decisive one from Jimmy Zingai. Lyson Tole. Chikwekwe, chested nicely. Captain, my captain. Stephen Chulu. Nkana beginning to pull the strings now with Obed Masumbuko. Ball is meant for Sutra, cleared out by Mayeko Musa Muhammad. Zimba. Joseph, he knows this pitch very well. Spent a lot of years, one of the survivors from the 2007 Zambia Under-20. A lot of them, I remember, there was so much talk that in the latter years, the Zambian team at what point coming up against Uruguay with Edson Cavani. There was so much talk that the Zambian team, we're talking of 14 years down the line probably, would have been the core members of the Chipolopolo. But unfortunately, most of them, as we speak, not even playing active football. Joseph Zimba is one of them that is still playing active football. Cleared out by Musa Muhammad. Otieno. That's a high boot from Moses Nyondo. Musa Muhammad. Magenge. It's a good ball for Funga. He was preparing to make the run like a plane about to take off. A challenge not legal from Magenge. Kawaniso, the 22-year-old Lusaka Dynamos centre-back. One of those interesting stories. Magenge was poached from an academy in Kalikiliki Township in Lusaka. That's Magenge. Lyson Tole looking for the touch on from Captain Chikwekwe. Throw in Nkana. Quarter of an hour we get into slowly here at the Nkoloma Stadium. Of course, the last time these two sides met in Lusaka, it was a 1-1 draw. Lusaka Dynamos won, Nkana won. That game that was played on February 8th, 6 days before Valentine's, round 24 it was. Attack is on now by Funga. Chance for Lusaka Dynamos. They don't have the numbers, so he has to delay in terms of whipping in a pass. Good save by Shunga. It's a goal. Spilled by the goalkeeper. And Emmanuel Havasimbi and team will celebrate. But it is easily tucked in by Agiti Eketiyama Tadi. So the earlier attempt spilled by the goalkeeper Shumba, but at the right place at the right time was Tadi.
Oh, Tadi knows really what to do and how to do it. The Zimbabwean taps in, but it's the brilliance of Aubrey Funga. Look at how he brings everybody into play. The other Zimbabwean in Jimmy Zingai really does very little to offer him a challenge. You need to be closer to him. We know there's COVID and there's social distancing, but as a defender, you need to put pressure on Aubrey Funga. Look at the run that was coming in from Lyson Tole. He could sense the danger, and thus explains the catastrophic problems that befall Nkana.
So Tadi Eketiyama, the striker from the Democratic Republic of Congo, with his second for the season. It is Lusaka Dynamos 1 and Nkana 0. Reaction time now from Nkana. Goal kick.
Well, Dynamos fans will be hoping that that goal lasts longer than a breath mint in the mouth, because the problem with Dynamos is that no sooner do they score than they concede.
It's a long time I heard no sooner.
Did I take you back to Mpanda Mavula?
Yeah. No sooner. You know, all those comparisons that we were subjected to. Really miss school days.
Well, we're getting schooled right now. Two teams with problems on the horizon. Jimmy Zingai should have provided some cover, and he didn't. Tap in from his countryman in Tadi. And it's Lusaka Dynamos leading by a goal to 0. They've scored. They didn't score on Friday in that interesting afternoon.
Draw. Yeah, it was a barren draw at the Edwin Imboila Stadium. It's a long time Dynamos players maybe got a paycheck for the wins, that is. Good cover by Joseph Zimba. Dynamos today playing some more composed football. Composed in the sense that they don't seem to rush when they've got a pass. You could have seen the way Aubrey Funga delayed in bringing in that cross that has resulted in the goal that is separating these two sides. So the last trip from Nkana in Lusaka against Lusaka Dynamos was during the 2019-2020 season. Round 24 it was, February 8. Nkana had taken the lead through Idris Ilunga Mbombo in the 11th minute before the Namibian Willie Stephanus equalized in the 88th minute. That's the last trip for the Nkana side in Lusaka, coming up against Lusaka Dynamos, even as the foul goes in favor of Duncan Otieno.
Well, Nkana lacking some flavor, and it's important that they get somebody to really show them how things should be, somebody to grab the game by the strap of his neck and really take it personally. They had a player like that in Idris Ilunga Mbombo, and unfortunately now they don't have a feisty character. Freddie Shimenga is the man who they will be looking to pick up something. Diamond is the captain, and I must say, rolling back the years.
Last time that Lusaka Dynamos beating Nkana with such a scoreline, 1-0 it is, if it ends this way, was 11 years ago, in 2010 to be more precise, when it ended Lusaka Dynamos 1 and Nkana 0. Jeff Akapelwa scored the only goal there now. Mistake at the back. Chance for Dynamos and a wasted chance. Surely that is very disappointing from the Lusaka Dynamos man. That would have been two, surely. Derrick Bulaya. Look at how disappointed Wetson Nyerenda is.
Derrick Bulaya just really does something that nobody expects him to do.
Oh, very disappointing for the player who is nicknamed Rashidi Yakini. The late Yakin, the Nigerian Super Eagles striker, really used to bang them in. I remember 1994 World Cup. Really, Nigeria representing the African continent very well. Goal kick.
Atlanta, USA, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
I remember him running into the goal, shaking the net.
I think that was against Bulgaria. The likes of Hristo Stoichkov was still
huh?
playing for the Bulgarian side. Of course, Stoichkov later on came to Africa to coach Mamelodi Sundowns. That was the time Felix Katong was part of the team. So much history now. Let's get back to the attack here. Chance now for Dynamos. Offside. Flag already gone up from ref first assistant Dana Chikotesha. Tingai, Shumba, Nyondo. Well, without Idris Ilunga Mbombo, the responsibility of getting the goals for this Nkana side will probably fall, not probably, in fact, will fall on Elsutra Shimenga and Chikwekwe. Throwing in Nkana.
Nkana in the recent past giving us big names up front, taking nothing away from Shutra Shimenga and Diamond, but I think it's the weakest attacking pair that we've seen in the last decade, because you had the likes of Waterwalia, Idris Ilunga Mbombo, and we had Ronald Sate at his prime. I think Kelvin Kaindu really has got his work cut out for him with this Nkana side.
The goal scorer Tade Ekatayama is so busy, Kelvin Kaindu.
The interesting thing about Nkana is when they were getting the accolades and really making history, they didn't have as much sponsorship as they have now. Now they've got a lot of people coming on board and helping them out. Financially, I think they have the biggest support probably in the league from the corporate sector and the other sectors.
Does not translate in terms of the
results.
Huh? Yeah, you tell you.
Well, they've not made a significant buy as well. We must talk about that. I think they've not bought a player who has left tongues wagging and mouths ajar, so to say.
Oh, then, so some teams with shoestring budgets still manage to grind the results. I think it's about getting the right act together. That's what's important in terms of just overall. If you have to have a particular result go your way. Otieno. Spotted in the box, headed well by Jimmy Zingai. Oh, they'll need to do a bit of talking there. Shot is taken. And not a bad effort from Marvin Jerry. The goals have really dried for the Lusaka Dynamos midfielder thus far in this 2020-2021 season. Steven Chulu. Cleared out by Nyondo. Stopped by Otieno. Jerry. Good touch. Sutra Shimenga. Just trying to roll back the years that saw Nkana quickly come out with a paycheck to get him from Malembe. Cutting inside now is Justin Mwanza. Wide to Chikwekwe. Cross comes through. Too close to goalkeeper Monga Ndala.
Being very proactive, Lusaka Dynamos, not allowing Nkana time and space on the ball. And that speaks volumes to how they've tried to maintain that ability of not conceding for fun. Monga Ndala starting it deep.
Dole. Up against Abuya. Shimenga delayed in terms of releasing the plus. I'm happy with the way Nkana have come out despite conceding. Just reacting very well. They don't look like a team that is actually trailing, and maybe they needed that as a wake-up call. Wakey. Attack is on now by Funga. Provided the first one. Brought his side. Chance now for the second. Opportunity to pull that trigger, and it grazes the crossbar. So then, out of the jackpot was that chance for Lusaka Dynamos. There have been two. You see how much it really would have meant for Derrick Bulaya.
Well, Bulaya, as he receives the ball, only has one thing in mind. It comes from the orchestra, Aubrey Funga, the man who's springing the strings. Look at that. Hits it ever so sweetly. You gotta love those moments. I'm one of those people who really gets goosebumps from the ball hitting the crossbar. And that instance there really has woken me up, because Derrick Bulaya really reminds Shumba that this afternoon is going to be a long one.
Yeah, certainly it will be a long one for the Zimbabwean. He's very busy so far. Some serious massage will be needed after the game, because you have to maybe probably throw himself all over the place this afternoon. Outcome now Nkana. Attack is on with Justin Mwanza, the nephew of the former Zambian international Billy Mwanza. The graduates from the young Nkana side. That's a player on the screen, Justin Mwanza. So like they say, football runs in the family. Mwanza now Justin playing in the position that his uncle used to operate in at Nkana Football Club, but of course national team times. Cross brought in by Mumba. Corner it is for the Nkana side.
The interesting thing about this game is that it's at a knife edge, because Nkana certainly do have goals in them. That back line being marshaled
Corner is taken
by
really
Musa Muhammad. Look at how Musa is talking to that defense.
Oh, more so that he knows how the
Nkana team lines up.
Yeah. So the Kenyan's got a lot of experience, the 29-year-old. Corner taken, brought inside. Challenge is good from Zingai. Shot is taken, blocked by Otieno. Second one. Oh, they're just piling themselves over. I'm trying to form a Chinese wall. Hoping to go to the byline now. Mumba. Cross comes through. Cleared out by Magenge. Second attack by Nkana. Only now is possession lost. Attack by Dynamos. Looking for Funga. Looks like he'll be the one that is expected to create most of the chances that the Lusaka Dynamos side will have this afternoon. Zingai. Mwanza. Abuya. Looking for Chikwekwe. Up against Musa Muhammad. The big frame of Musa really coming out well there. Desperate clearance by Mongandala. Quick start by Nkana. Really looking for an equalizer. Sutra Shimenga. Obet Masumbuko. The ball sticking to his feet. Lyson Tole. Mwanza is calling for the ball. Good switch and vision by the Nkana right back. Jerry. Duncan Otieno. Beginning to build up from behind again. Bulaya. Sluggish there. Picked up by Tole. It was a heavy pass as well, even as he was fighting for that ball. Joliba. Zimba. Jerry. Marvin. Good ball. The vision, really, for me, impressive. In terms of how that second ball would have been a good pass that was meant for Havasimbi, but now Nkana on the attack with Mwanza. Rushed up the chance, the youngster. Jerry. Goalkeeper Shumba's come out.
It's interesting how Imanu Havasimbi is making those runs on the left, and you've got Bulaya through the middle, and then the right you have Aubrey Funga. There's an interesting balance that Nyirenda has set out. Lusaka Dynamos dangerous on the counter attack and in transition mostly.
Sutra. Funga waits for the run to be made now. This is a good ball by Bulaya. Will it be number 2? He waits to pull the trigger. Cuts inside. Hey. Well, I think for Bulaya, of course, a lot of people argue that he's certainly one for the future if he continues with the pressure, but he's got too many things running in his head in the process, running out of ideas. Abuya. Mwanza's made the overlap. In fact, it is Akim Mumba. Oh, the Arrows man, who's on loan at Nkana. Wasn't what was expected. The cross would have come through from Akim Mumba, the product of the Lusaka Youth Soccer Academy. They know each other very well. This man on your screen in Joseph Zimba, the 33-year-old Lusaka Dynamos left back. But this man's goal is what is separating these two sides. Agiti Ekatayama Tadi. Nice on clears. Obed Masumbuko. Nkana losing possession. Very poor in terms of just keeping possession. Funga keeps it in play. The choir master. The one that leads the Lusaka Dynamos players in singing and even in prayer when it comes to them on the team bus is Aubrey Funga. And now he's leading on the pitch by bringing those crosses. Kept alive by Sutra Shimenga. Thrown in for Nkana Football Club. Sutra really now beginning to just won't leave anything for the left backs to come and take the throw. Obed Masumbuko. Lyson Tode. Chulu. Masumbuko. Good ball. And Abuya couldn't make it. Chikwekwe and nothing given. Goal kick. Well, even Chikwekwe himself not making a meal about it. The Buffalo's man on loan at Nkana.
Very dangerous ball comes in. No touch first time, and I think Musa Muhammad knows fully well that he blundered there. Chikwekwe not just being alive to the fact that that ball was going to be left by Duke Obuye. Definitely not a penalty of sorts. Mwangandala will know that danger is lurking. Lusaka Dynamos in transition looking quite the part. But I think they lack that finishing. You know, the finishing part of it. And this man here in Ian Bakala backing out the orders, knowing fully well that they have it in between where they want it. Nkana side who have the answers that they need to really respond to. Dynamos again, just lacking that creativity in the box. Everything positive has come from Aubrey Funga on the right flank. They need to find some positivity in and around that center. Have not seen much from Emmanuel Habasimbi. Derrick Bulaya, as much as he has the ball, does very little creatively with it. And Marvin Jerry has been a shadow of his regular self.
Half an hour plus 1 minute played in this match. Sutra Shimenga now for Nkana. They've also got one eye, apart from concentrating domestically on the continental aspect, where they have one more fixture at the pre-group stage of the Total CAF Confederation Cup. Looking for Bulaya. Offside call by first assistant Dana Chikotesha. Oh, Dana was actually a lecturer with one of the universities in Lusaka. Doubling up. It's good to see a lot of young ladies coming through in the sport of, or the game of football rather. Just generally sports, taking up the front row. Headed out by Magenge. Extension by Otieno. Jerry.
The one thing you get with this Lusaka Dynamos side is that you get the sense that the players have played together for a minute and a half. They know the positioning of their teammates. They know their capabilities as well. Yes, there's a stop-start play, but they're playing more as a unit than Nkana. Nkana do have these bursts of attacks, so to say, but the conviction from Nkana not there. It's almost as if it's a beautiful, beautiful arrow without a tip.
We've played archery before, I think. Now, Chikwekwe in the box. Second ball now for Chikwekwe to pull the trigger here. And just that intervention from Joseph Zimba. But I reckon the Nkana coach in Kahindu will appreciate that one. But Zimba with that decisive timing in just blocking that one.
Well, the Diamond just needed to go for precision there. Little 1-2, it goes into his channel. Should have gone for precision, not power. I should say thank you, Matimba, for saying I'm into archery and not darts. That would have had its own implications. The Diamond receives the ball. Nice pass coming its way from Duke Obuye. But Chikwekwe Diamond just fails to wrap his laces around that ball. It needed more of precision than power. Just some finesse. And he has that, Diamond. I mean, he's putting in a little bit of pace now, but we know that what he possesses is that beautiful mind, the intelligence to know how to pick a pass, or the choice in terms of how he hits the ball. But in that instance, he went more for power than precision.
considered somewhat a surplus at Buffaloes, but now an integral part of the Nkana side is Diamond Chikwekwe. I found Lyson Tole by Tadi Ekatiyama. Nyondo. Headed by Joseph Zimba. Otieno will see this one out for the Lusaka Dynamos throw. Oh, Dynamos have been busy on the market in terms of getting players. Adams Zikiru yet to feature for the Lusaka Dynamos side. The player who scored important goals for Fole Malembe and also for the Zesco United side. What's happening? He's not playing, Muka.
Well, obviously it's things happening in the background. His contract with Fole Malembe coming to an end. He's since moved to Lusaka Dynamos. We'll wait and see what happens in the coming weeks. He is a free transfer, so he's the kind of player who really likes playing. The conversations I had with him is that he's looking forward to having a lot of time on the field of play. He's cut like a fella who is frustrated by not playing, watching from the terrace. Like most of us, well, the luxury we have is that we have some running commentary. He, on the other hand, has his friends for company. Lusaka Dynamos do have an interesting collection of players. I did mention the two that are out with the national team at the Chan. 6 goals. 2 of them, 5 for Collins and 1 for Emmanuel Chawula. But this afternoon, it's that man there, Aubrey Funga, who brought out the magic, his magic stick, and pulling his wand, making sure that it was an easy tap in.
Wow, Sutra's broken even here. Cleared out by Musa Muhammad. Pass was meant for either of the two players that were already in the box, being Sutra Shimenga and Chikwekwe. Bulaya. Foul by Stephen Chulu on Bulaya.
It's a big lad, huh?
Yeah, he is. He's only 18 though.
Well, Bulaya, quite big, quite strong. And it explains why a lot of people feel he's one for the future, because you can mold him. And he's got that face of a teenager.
Oh, he's only 18. Scored 2 goals during the Kosafa tournament, under 20 that is. And made his debut last week against Tinkwazi. This is his second game in the Zambian Super Division. Now attack is on, pass release, looking for Sutra Shimenga. Magenge desperately clears. Zimba. Tadi Etikiyama. Jerry Marvin. One of the longest serving players in the Dynamo side, looking for Bulaya. Picked up by Shumba. 8 minutes, halftime we get into. Magenge makes a mistake to Chikwekwe. Up against Magenge. In the box, I like the composure and the confidence that Chikwekwe has. All the time he's got the ball, he always wants to aim to go into the box. That's a good mark of a player.
Great, but when you're in the box, don't walk the ball into the goal. Try to be lethal.
On the other side, Bulaya now. And again. Well, really 2 chances now for Derrick Bulaya. Very disappointing from the Shamel Academy product.
You can't teach experience. You cannot teach experience. The young man there should have looked up. Teddy was on the left. A tap in would have happened. The goalkeeper committed himself. He will learn from such mistakes. That there might be the difference between 3 points and shared points, or probably the loss for Lusaka Dynamos.
Yeah, and again, football's got a very funny way of coming back to haunt you. When chances like that have been presented, it's missed a lot of chances. Surely, according to my count, Dynamos Lusaka should have been leading 3-0 at this stage. will be Derrick Bulaya.
Well, with 5 minutes to go, as you're talking about Derrick Bulaya and his failure to convert a few chances, Nkana, Inkaindu are looking to change their tactics. He's never shy to make changes. Kelvin Willie Kaindu has been with the likes of Buildcon for half a second, Power Dynamos, and he sacrifices Chulu. He's not really been impactful. Simon Mulenga will come on. Stephen Chulu goes off, and he's going to give him a little bit of momentum. There's always questions about why the changes towards halftime. Why can't he wait after halftime? But you obviously get the pace of the game and expect him to do much more in the second half. Concentration will be key now, because you may lose it and consider goal on either side for Dynamos and, of course, Nkana, especially that they've made that change.
Well, it's been tough for the young Stephen Chulu, snapped up from Kaisa, Kabwe Youth Soccer Academy. I reckon one of the people who will be disappointed with that substitution. I was hoping to see more in action. Is a coach that discovered and believed in his faith in Mr. Takatiko, Chris Kaunda. Chulu was part of the 2015 Zambia under-17 squad in Niger. The likes of Mwepu, Daka were all part of that team. But a change had to be made, even as that shot came through from Duke Oga Abuya, the Kenyan.
I think earlier you talked a little bit about the unders and how they've performed, and you talked about Edson Cavani, the Man U player, playing around, alongside, the likes of Zimba at a Said tournament. You just mentioned the likes of Pats and Daka. I think you and I did the commentary for the final of Senegal versus Zambia. One of the most controversial players in that game for a number of reasons. Looks to be moving to one of the biggest sides in Europe. So it's interesting how they're putting, and Data, if I'm not mistaken, it's interesting how they put things together up north.
The turn is made by Duncan Otieno to his goalkeeper and captain, Mongandala, Sutra Shimenga. So the substitution of bringing in off a defensive midfielder and Stephen Chulu for an attack-minded player, and Simon Mlenga, who also plays in the midfield apart from being a striker. It's just maybe to add in more in terms of the attacking options and add firepower. Chikwekwe looking for Mulenga, offside flag. Decision against Simon Mulenga. It's only 3 minutes old on the pitch into the last 2 minutes of this first half. Magenge will leave it for goalkeeper. Just trying to buy a bit of time in Mongandala. Nyondo. Mumba. Justin Mwanza. Abuya. Well, he really showed where he wanted to pass the ball. Lyson Tole. Sutra Shimenga. The pace now of El Sutra. Masumbuko has been a culprit on most occasions, just letting possession that Nkana is enjoying to be lost. Paul Banda, chase for the ball with Aubrey Funga up against Nyondo. Cross come, stopped by Duke Abuya. Tole, Lyson. Too much for Mumba. Just waiting for the additional optional time. Mumba trying to revive his career at the Nkana side. Deemed surplus and no space in the Red Arrows setup. Nyondo. Aubrey Funga. Foul on Aubrey Funga by Fred Shimenga. Funga just spending one season in the DSTV South African Premier Soccer League when he had moved together with Roderick Kawe to Ajax Cape Town, but he's back now in the Zambian Super Division, 2 seasons now since coming back from the PSL. Cross comes through and headed, but nicely picked up by Taubet Shumba. 2 minutes additional time we're playing here. Otieno bringing down El Sutra Shimenga. So the first booking we have here, and it's Lusaka Dynamos Kenyan Duncan Otieno.
Otieno just goes straight into him, and Freddie knew what was coming his way. Sutra knows that a little bit of contact and it's gonna go in his favor.
Obrifunga. One yellow card they've had so far this match. Mumba, Akim. Up against Zimba, I'll tell you. These two guys come from the same team in Red Arrows. One that for this season not considered. Zimba with a throw. 1 minute of the two up. Bulaya. Zimba. Otieno. Chance goes back in there from the former AFC Leopards player in the Kenyan League. That's a team he played for before coming to Zambia to join Nkana Football Club. Duncan Otieno. So kick out from Shumba. We want to do a Zimbabwean affair here in terms of let's start it from behind, being Zimba and Jimmy Zingai. Oh, there's a push from Simon Mulenga on Duncan Otieno. So 2 minutes already up, and all eyes on Maimba Katiti, the Kafue-based referee, to blow the end of the first half here. Of course, two sides separated by that Agiti Etekiyama Tali goal. So halftime here at the Nkoloma Stadium. Intriguing stuff, but this man's goal is what is separating these two sides. We head into the halftime here. It is Lusaka Dynamos 1, Nkana 0. Second half coming up shortly.